It's way too hot to have my hair down, but I still need to frame my face. Hey guys, today we are going to be talking about my reading rush TBR. Where'd my phone go? How do I always forget if I press the record button? Starting off with the first one, read a book with a cover that matches the color of your birthstone. I'm pretty sure mine is blue. Yeah. Blue? Sounds right. For this one, I have a library book. I have Kings, Queens, and In-Betweens by Tanya Botejo. This one is just a story about a girl questioning her sexuality and stuff, and then she finds the drag scene in her town, and I'm super excited to read this one. I was looking at there's this other book that had like a very similar story premise, except it was with a guy, and I didn't pick that one up, or I didn't get that one from the library because I guess it was problematic, so I got this one instead. And I'm really excited for this one. This is like a super cute cover too. I'm obsessed with the graphics on this. What am I supposed to talk about? Do I just be like, I'm reading this book? Next is to read a book that starts with the word the. So this one I have another library book. Obviously library books get priority. I have The Agency, A Spy in the House by Y.S. Lee. This is the first in like a typical kind of mystery series. It's called the Mary Quinn it says a Mary Quinn mystery. Oh, sorry. I mean, there's the word the. I'm really excited for this one. I've heard that the diversity in this one is like really good, and I'm like, that's cool considering this book is from like what? I'm gonna guess 2009. I'm just a genius. Oh no. Oh shoot. And I was also in the mood to read why did it rip? I was also in the mood to read a spy. I love spy stories, and I will read a good spy story with a female protagonist any day of the week. Please say it ain't so. So I'm really excited to read this one. Uh-oh, are you kidding me? Next is to read a book that inspired a movie you've already seen. So for this one, I'm picking a book that I've owned since I was 7 years old, Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. This one I got, a long time ago. It's literally yellowed. It looks old, and I think that's cool because now it's just cute. Oh, duh. I've seen the 2009 version on Netflix, and it broke my heart. That one's really sad. But I think there's just like a lot of movies about Anne Frank. That one I think is closely related to her journal, so that's why I decided to pick it for this one. This one should be easy enough. I mean, the font is kind of small, but I think I'll be indulged in her life story enough that I'll be able to get through this one quickly. Next is to read The First Book You Touch. For this one, I'm just gonna, whenever it comes time to like pick a new book, I'm just gonna add my TBR that I'm showing you right now. I'm not really gonna choose another book for this challenge. Next is to read a book completely outside of your house. This one, I'm not sure if I wanted to choose another book. That one, realistically, I could do Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank, because it's not that long, but I just decided why not, I'll pick another one. So for this one, I have Esperanto Rising by Munoz. This is an immigration story following Esperanza. You know, that's like the premise of the book, and I'm super excited. The reason I picked this one is because, I mean, it's a middle grade, so it should be easy enough to read. And it's not that long. It's only like 260 pages. And I'm super excited to read this one. I've heard like really good things about this. Next is to read a book in a genre that you've always wanted to read more of. Okay, so I don't read a lot of fantasy. And that's mainly because I'm not really always in the mood to explode in my mind with worlds and plot and whatever. Yeah, I'm a very plot-driven person. And I know fantasy books, or some of them at least, are mainly world-driven, which is why I don't read a lot of fantasy and I read a lot of mystery and whatnot. But everybody on YouTube, mostly everybody reads fantasy, and I kind of always feel left out, so Fantasy definitely is a genre I don't want to read more of, but I do want to experience more of. There's a difference in my mind, trust me. But for this one I'm choosing Fablehaven, Rise of the Evening Star by Neal. This one's the second book in the Fablehaven series. I read the first one, or I finished the first one last week in preparation to read this one. That one was a reread. This is going to be the first time I read this book and I'm super excited. I don't know what this one's about. I'm not going to read the summary though, because the summary and the synopsis of the first book is completely different than what the actual book is. I'm going to assume it's the same thing for this, so I kind of just want to go into it unknowing. But I don't even know if I'm going to be able to like read this and finish it. It's 430 pages. The last challenge is to read a book set in a place in a different continent than you live. You know, North America, obviously. And we have another library book to talk about. I actually had a couple choices from the library books I have left, but I decided to choose this one. I don't know why. They're both pretty big, so it's not that big of a deal, but it's The Passion of Dulce by Julie Berry. This one's set in France. That's obviously not in North America. And I'm really excited for this one. This one's about this girl who has these magical healing powers. And this guy is after her for her sins or whatever of having these powers. And then she meets up with our other main character. And they basically are like trying to get away from this guy. Or the other girl is helping this girl get away from the guy. And I'm super excited for this one. I don't know. I'm just like in a big mood to read historical fiction right now. So that's why I specifically chose to get this one. But, like I said, it's fairly large. What is it? Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, like 433 pages. That's not bad. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to this one, though. We'll see. We'll see. That is my TBR. Realistically, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to all of the books because, I mean, hello, that's like 6 whole books and they're all not necessarily small. Yes, I did read 4 books last week, but that's because they were all small and 2 of them were audiobooks, and the audiobooks were only like 5 hours and under each. Also Fablehaven, I only had like 150 pages left in that one, and Mad Miss Mimic was only like 220 pages. So like, yes, I did read 4 books last week and I can do it again, but it's because of the quantity of pages that I was reading and the formats I was reading. I just like to have options though, which is why I'm not minimizing my TBR. I'm very much of a mood reader, and if I can give myself options, I will. So thank you so much for watching. That was my Reading Rush TBR. Make sure to comment down below if you're participating. I love seeing people's TBR videos. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.